Petracca. He done everything. First goal, Norm Smith. Have a look at this from the boundary. Just sizes up. Knew exactly what he was doing there. Well done, Petracca. They did. Look, just read it well and meant that. Don't worry about that. Well done, Christian Petracca. What a night he had.
Right on cue, Bill. Just right on cue, Bill. He's with us now, so whether we come to him after the break, but if the cameraman just wants to go to his left, we've got that man who kicked that freakish goal.
And he's still dribbling.
Now, come on, just give us a tease. Just ask him one question and then we'll have a more detailed interview after the break. Just one question. Can you hear us, Christian, can you?
Yeah, one question, Christian. Yeah, he can't hear us, but we can relay it. We just showed the replay of that dribble goal in the third quarter. That was a turning point in some people's eyes. Was there an out-of-body experience of sorts when you kicked that and went back into the centre that this is all happening?
A little bit. It was a good run on. They came at us probably for the first 10 minutes, and then the last 10 minutes we sort of owned that as a midfield group. They were sort of telling us from the runner to slow it down and go into a sort of a mode where we just sort of chip mark, but we were on the biggest high. Clayton and Viney and I, they were just like, effort, let's just keep going. Like, we can put another couple on the board, and we did. So, it was a pretty... When you look back at it now, at the time it was a bit... obviously, you're in the moment, but looking back at it now, what we did was pretty special.
Yeah. Actually, let's do the whole interview now.
The passage of play where Bontempelli kicked that third goal and they were 19 points up. You're on the bench. Mark Williams grabbed you quite forcibly at one stage and set you back out there. What happened there? Because you got the next two clearances out of that and the surge began from that moment. Now, do you recall what he said to you?
Not word to word, but I did know he gave me some rev up and said, go do your effing thing type thing. This is your stage, go do your thing type thing. He's so funny. I mean, he's unbelievable. Half time, he absolutely berated us, saying, we're not sticking tackles and we're not being clean. And but then also what he does is he gives us so much confidence in, to just go out and play.
So take us inside the room half time. Choco's giving you a rev up. What's the mood like? We saw the image of Simon Goodwin. He was quite animated but quite controlled. Take us inside half time.
I think we're pretty flat, to be honest, when we're walking in. We haven't been in that position for a long time, so the wording around and the messaging around it was just to accept it, just to embrace it. They're such a great group. They're a great team, arguably, the best team all year. So we just need to embrace that, understand that teams are going to go on runs. It's a grand final. They're going to kick 3 or 4 in a row, and we just needed to harness that. And we just needed to change up a few structural things around stoppages. They were smacking us around ground balls in D50. And as mids, we need to do a better job in the second quarter of getting back and helping our defence. And also third quarter and fourth, just go and play, have fun. I felt like we were real tense in the second quarter. First quarter, we were probably playing off a bit of adrenaline, but third and fourth quarter, we just needed to go and have fun. We're never going to be in this position before, again, obviously here. So just to go out, have fun and just enjoy it.
If you can have a look at the return vision there and just have a look at your own highlights, you may have had a chance to do this in the celebrations after the game. But as you look back at the remarkable achievements of not just your team, but yourself last night, an equal high 39 possessions in a grand final. Was it? It was 40 down to 39. Do you know what happened there? Did you hear that?
Nah, I didn't.
Just with it, if you could remove it, the fact it was a grand final, was it your best game of your career?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think obviously being in a grand final for one, obviously the biggest stage. It's probably been the best game I've been a part of as well. Not just my style of play or the way I played, but I think in general the game was just an unbelievable game. Optus Stadium was absolutely rocking. They did an unbelievable job there. I think the way I played is probably the most funnest I've ever had, and probably the best I've played. But it's credit to the boys around me, Sparrow and Harms and James Jordan and Clary. Now they just allow me to go and play and have fun
I think Lordo's got a question for you.
Yeah, can you relay this on to Christian from Kano? But Christian was in the AIS Academy, and we all were discussing routines into brig game matches. Yeah. And he had to have 10 layups before every game. That was his routine and superstition, 10 basketball layups, because he was so passionate about it. We had to say to Christian, you're not going to find a basketball court everywhere you need to go to. So his mental state building up to such a big game and how he's changed over those early years.
Yeah, can you do that word for word, please?
He wants to know about your routine. You played in the AIS, you had to have 10 layups before every game. Has that routine continued, and what is your routine for a big game like that?
I'm not as superstitious as I used to be. I was pretty full on back then. But no, the only thing I have to do before a game is go have some set shots. So I like to go to the local park and just have 10 or 20 set shots and just get my feel for the ball. But nothing too full on like I used to, yeah.
What time did you finish up last night?
I was about 4 or 5. So.
And where's Norm? Oh, we got the one that mattered. We need Norm.
It's in the bag.
I think TJ's got a question.
Yeah, can you ask him, did he think the turning point was when Caleb Daniels flung Max Gawn to the turf? And no, don't worry about it.
TJ's had a couple of issues today about some ideas on footy. The Caleb Daniels tackle on Big Maxi Gawn.
I think it was a bit of a... I mean, Gorney, come on. I ran past him to go to the bench, and I looked at him. I was like, "You can't be doing that." His foot is he 5'7", you're 6'11", and you went down like a rag doll. Like, come on, mate. You can't. You can't tell him that. Though. You just got to be like, "All right, get up."
Yeah, we saw Max Gawn FaceTime Nathan Jones and the others, those that have missed out. I guess Tomlinson. There's so many, but how did you get them involved in the celebrations last night?
Oh, I think it's not just been last night, but the last 4 or 5 weeks while we've been away. We've been fortunate enough to be at Joondalup Resort with the whole team and the whole staff, and we've tried to create that connection between us and, really get away and have fun with each other. And obviously our family are back home watching and can't be here. And obviously they're very disappointed, but we knew that we're all going to be all in this together, and the 23 play and they win the premiership and they get a medal, but it's the group, it's the 45, it's the people that, the twos that, that push us when we're training to make us be better and their intensity at training. So to see to have FaceTime with Jonesy last night it's pretty special. Obviously, I'm shattered for him, he can't be there. And obviously Tomlinson as well, I mean, going down with an ACL, playing some of his career best footy. So it is disappointing, but I mean that's the nature of AFL. These things are going to happen, and what they've done, an amazing job of is their personality and their presence of just being around the footy club and just being so happy and positive. I mean, Tomo is, teaching the backs, at quarter time, half time, and 3/4 time, and you need people like that with footy clubs.
TJ, I think he needs to go and get a coffee here, but we greatly appreciate you rolling by here today, Christian, to take us through some aspects of what happened last night.